Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here at CrossFit Garage, where we are working hard to help you build a firm foundation in fitness, food, and finances so that you can live that great life now and well into your 90s. So I am going to cover consistency and how to become more consistent at the gym and how to get that gym time in or that exercise time in. And I'm probably going to piss a bunch of you guys off. And I'm kind of sorry, but not really, in the sense that sometimes you guys need to have that talk and somebody has to give it to you. Now, I'm not happy if some of you guys are irritated and pissed and like, Andy, you're a jerk. I guess I'd be okay with that if you then actually take action and motivate yourself, or not just motivate, but actually do. And so I'm going to walk you through a bunch of ways that I had written down and then did some other research to say, what am I missing on how to be consistent at the gym? And really, what does that mean? So I think it's going to start. So I'm driving home from the gym today, and I was talking to Jordan at the gym, and we were discussing the minimum effective dose. And I had just done a little bit of podcasting on the Food Log Journal about that. And so it had come up, for me, and then it came up for Jordan, and his minimum effective dose was actually about cats spreading some proto-virus or whatever that makes you want more cats. So it was actually pretty cool. But anyway, I know I blew it, buddy. If you're listening, it's not a proto-virus. It's proto-amoeba or something. Anyway, the other thing is that I got in the car and I'm listening to my podcast, and the guy I'm listening to is talking about the minimum effective dose. And I forgot actually what his was about. It was E.C. Zinkowski's The Consistency Project, and he has a book out. And so EC is a girl, but the guy she was interviewing has a book out, and I don't remember the title of the book, but he was talking about the minimum effective dose. And so let me go into that first, and then we're going to talk about all these ways to be consistent. Okay, so the minimum effective dose is I want to move the needle of whatever it is I'm doing to there. So I'm currently at an 8, and I want to get it to a 10, whatever, right? So I want to move the needle. I could open up a fire hydrant and blast the snot out of this thing, and that's going to be overkill. Let's say I have 3 plants. I want them to live through the summer. I want to make sure they're good. I want them to have water, right? So I could blast a fire hydrant and aim it slightly at them, and it's going to get a little bit of water. It's probably going to mess them up because the fire hydrant's a lot, but you get it. So that's a maximum dosing. And even if you spray it a little bit, you're probably not doing the right job because, well, you're wasting a lot of effort. So then you keep tapering that back until you find the minimum of effective dose of watering the plants to keep them alive through a Georgia summer. What is it? I don't actually know, but if you have 3 plants and you tried it 3 different ways, you would actually come up with whatever it needs to be. Maybe it's, oh man, I hate gardening, so I'm bad with these analogies. Just should pick something else, but maybe you put 1 cup of water on one plant every day. You put half a cup of water on another plant, and then you put whatever the next, an ounce of water, I don't know, on the next plant, and you see which one lives, right? Then you take that again, you say, let me try it one more time, whatever one was best, and let's say it was the half cup, and then you make the increments different between the success and the failures, right? To see what minimum effective dosing can be. Okay, so that being understood, you need to also understand what the minimum effective dose you need to reach your goals. So some of you guys are like, hey, I want to come to the gym more. Great. Why? So I will tell you without a doubt, after 16 years of doing CrossFit, going to the gym 4 or 5 days a week has moved the needle a lot. When everyone was sick with that nasty virus that came around, I did get sick, but it was barely. And then when everyone started losing their taste, yeah, I lost my taste one time and I felt no different. So you have to move your your biomarkers from fit to well when you get sick, and then pass into sickness. If you're just well, you're going to pass directly into sickness. So fitness is a hedge against being sick. So what reason are you trying to be healthy and fit? And what is the goal? What is the minimum effective dose that I can then apply to that goal? Now, I would say in this case, if you go to the gym 5 times a week, that's not bad. In this case, fire hydrant is not going to be bad. Now, I will say that you can overdo it. For a while, a lot of us in CrossFit try to do double days. I know 2 people who burned out their adrenal glands trying to do double days, and I know the diminishing returns of volume when you're trying to do a CrossFit routine. So if you're in CrossFit, constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity, and you're trying to do volume, you're going to blow it big time. So it doesn't need volume. So you need to figure out, what is my goal? And then what is my minimum effective dose? Easy way to do that is to simply talk to me, talk to one of the coaches. They can probably give you an easy answer. It's probably going to be no less than 3 and probably no more than 6. That's typically going to be the ballpark we all roll in. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 4 days or amounts to play with. 6 is usually really hard to do. So 5 makes it a little bit easier. There's 5 work days. You can create habit. There's a lot of bumps in the road. So 4. Now that's just in timing. But what about is it in your goal? Okay. So once you've dialed into your goal, for me, I want to be able to be healthy and fit enough to coach my kids in the future. So I shoot for 5 days, knowing that I'm not always going to make it for 5 days. Something will come up, and 5 days is enough for me. 4 days is probably enough, but if I shoot for 4 and I mess up, then I'm missing my goal. So I am adding a little bit of extra dosing because life does get in the way. Now, I'm about to tell you, harden up, man. Put on the helmet. I don't have time for this, right? Put on your big boy pants, big girl pants, whatever. This is life. It is not a dress rehearsal. You get one shot at this. You don't mess it up. Now, is working out like the capital thing you should be doing? No, it's probably relationships. It's probably hanging out with people you love, because nobody on their deathbed ever says, I really wish I did one more pull-up before I died. They don't care. They say things like, I wish I would have resolved that issue with my dad, with my son, with my whatever, right? It's always emotional. It's always relationship. And they show that in those studies they do, those that live a long time, the ones that live the longest of all the good things they're doing, the ones that live the longest also have the best, deepest relationships, which I can imagine would be kind of hard when you hit 77 and 50% of the people have died. So you're like on your own. There's not many of you left. It's less than 77 year olds because people will die along the way. But at least half the people you know when you hit 77 are dead from when you were growing up, right? So your friendship base dwindles. You need new friends. Maybe a place like a gym is a great place to find friends. I am nearly one of the oldest guys in the gym. There are a couple guys older than me, and we have a great time. I met Michelle brought her boyfriend in, Vincent, and we don't know each other, and we hit it off great, and we were talking, and he's like, hey, old man, you just did that workout really good. That's impressive. And I said, hey, young guy, you just never did CrossFit, and you just did that workout, and you did pretty good. Impressive, right? So, and then we had a great conversation about a lot of things. It was actually pretty fun. Vincent, if you ever listen to the podcast, really enjoy the conversation. Hopefully you come back. Anyway, you need to figure out what your goal is. Then you need to calculate your minimum effective dose and then maybe add one so you don't mess up. All right. Once you know that, we start going into how do I become more consistent? And I'm going to go down a unique path you probably didn't think of first. And then I'm going to give you all these steps that I have done or I have helped people with or I have read about or Googled or whatever. I tried to write an exhaustive list, and I'm sure I'm going to leave something out, but whatever. I'm going to give you 20 things you can do. Some of them are freaking really crazy. And then I'll give you some habits that go along with this. You're probably going to get 40 things you can try. Something will land for you. But here's the big thing. When people quit the gym, one reason is I moved. Well, you know what? I can't fix that. But if you got a real estate agent in the family and they want to become the CrossFit Garage real estate agent, let me know, because people are always moving, coming and going. And so there's houses that are being sold. It would probably be helpful to have somebody that we know and trust we can pass them to. But if it's not that, it usually comes down to I couldn't make it work in my schedule. I can't find the time to do CrossFit or to work out. I can't find the time to do fitness. Okay, that's soft talk. That's something you're telling yourself. That's a story that you're unwinding. Replace can't with don't. I don't find the time for my fitness. Yeah, that sort of sucks, right? So think about the difference in this. I can't cheat on my wife. Well, why? Because she'd be pissed. I mean, that's a stupid reason. I don't cheat on my wife because I can't because she'd be pissed. That's dumb. I don't cheat on my wife because I'm the type of person that doesn't do that. So I can't find time in my schedule, or I don't find time in my schedule. Which one is you owning it? And which one is life just getting in the way? And you're like, well, life is difficult. Life is tough. And I'm just going to let life push me around. Who is the master of your destiny? You are. You can literally quit your job, move states. I mean, we live in America. You can even go to communist China and live over there because they let you. We will let you leave, right? You can go to the island of Man who has no rules, and you could live, maybe they have some rules, and live there with your money and whatever. You could go to the Bahamas, Buy a house down there with whatever money you have and live like a king or queen, whatever, because your money that you have right now is way more than a lot of that area that's outside of the resorts and stuff live on, right? You could make this happen. You could do that. You are the master of your life. Yet, we let stuff push me around. I talked to somebody about it the other day. They're like, I have a hard time with my schedule because I don't know what my boss is going to say when I try to come into the gym. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it. So eventually, Tina started putting her clothes in the car. So she's like, I already have it in my car. I don't have to go back home. I can go straight to the gym. So if I'm late, there. Also, Tina has talked to me and said, hey, if I'm late, can I still jump into class? And I'm like, heck yeah, you can. I want you here. Jump in, whatever. She knows to warm herself up, and then she can just slide right in with the rest of us. So conversation with your coach, put stuff in your car. Great. I love these. The other thing is there is no boss that is so unreasonable, especially in this time when finding good employees is tough. If you said, hey, I hear what you're saying, and there's a call, there's a thing, there's a whatever, and it's going to be later, I will get back to you in 1 hour and 27 minutes. Is that okay? And they're going to look down and be like, 1 hour and 27 minutes? Wow, that's oddly specific. That's using Chris Voss's never split the difference. Be very specific. And then come to the gym, work out, get back in the car, and then call them and be like, hey, I'm on the conference call. Or, hey, I'm now going to go home and answer your email or whatever, right? Ask them, can I get back to you in, 2 hours or 1 hour and 56 minutes, whatever, right? And then they know that you're really going to do that. And then actually do that, because if you don't do it, then that's weird, right? But anyway, you are the master of your life. It is up to you to come up with the schedule you want to live by. Yes, I get it. There are things that do push you around, like the kids have to go to school. Great. Do you have to drive them? Could they take the bus? Could you carpool with somebody, right? There's so many things that you could do that maybe we just don't think of. Okay, man, I'm already 12 minutes in and I didn't even tell you a single thing. Okay, well, whatever. I will try to go through these in depth with some story, but also quickly. Okay, so I have done most of these things myself, and then I went and grabbed some things that I hadn't really had to do myself, but I thought they'd be useful for you. So there are 20 things you can do. Write these down, or maybe just write down the 2 things that make sense to you. All right, I'm going to drink some coffee and get this thing going. Okay, that was a longer pause than I meant to have. That's awesome. Josh just sent me his 3 health and fitness goals and 1 not. And so I love it doing these goal reviews and helping people out. It's a journey. Let somebody on it with you that cares. Okay, so the first one, we kind of already talked about it. Set a clear goal. Why are you doing this? Generic goals are no good. I just want to be healthy and fit. Throw something, the goals, something way out in the distance. It can be, well, I'm going to go into these separately, but whatever. So the vision cast. Who do you want to be? I want to be healthy and fit enough to coach my kids' in soccer when it's time. Okay. That's pretty dang specific, right? Timing wise, not so specific. I got to wait for grandkids, but whatever. Then I've got narrow goals, close goals. I would like to do this adventure race coming up in, November or something, right? I want to do that adventure race. Evie wants to do it too. So I'm like, great. It's changing it. I want to be healthy and fit enough to give her a fun race, not necessarily do my best. I want to do my best dad job. Okay. Then I got a race coming up, the Swamp Fox in St. Patrick's Day. So what is that like? It's either March or April. I always forget. I think it's March 16th. Anyway, I want to race that race. So I have races coming up out there in the future that I want to do, or hiking trips, camping, backpack trips that I want to do. So usually for me, it's physical activity. I really want to go on a hunting trip out west and then like pack all this stuff in and out. And that probably doesn't mean that I actually have to carry like the animal on my back. That'd be hard. But I don't want my fitness to get in the way of that sort of stuff, right? I also want to spontaneously go to Disney and Universal with Levi, which we did, and kick its ass. We walked so much. It was like 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. We were out doing things. Yeah, we took breaks in there, but neither one of us, a teenage boy, of course, you expect them to be hoss, right? And then the old guy with all the gray hair, like, let's do it. And we were off. So set those goals, but also this is what we're doing on the goal reviews. Set specific goals that you can reach for here right now. I would love to get a pull-up. Great. I would love my back squat to be 200 pounds. Great, right? Pick something. Let me know what it is, and I will help hold you accountable to that, right? So set clear goals that you want to achieve. This will help be that motivator that gives you the power, the willpower you're flexing and growing to keep up with the routine. Okay, next is create a schedule. So I've already talked about this on mine before, and if you need it, I will show it to you. There's a YouTube video on my YouTube channel that you can find, but it's me just showing you how I use a schedule. Now, I don't necessarily use it for work, like I'm not blocking in 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And again, I'm an entrepreneur, so my day isn't necessarily that, but I do put things in there that I want to be reoccurring, like I have every 3 months, change out the air filters. That pops up. Once a year, change the batteries in the smoke detectors. That pops up. Why? Because I forget. And so it's in the calendar and I can move it around. So like today, I moved a bunch of stuff around because I knew it wasn't going to happen correctly, but it's still there. So I have every morning, well, not right this moment because Evie's driving, but typically it's 7:30 a.m. workout. I know that's going to happen. It is blocked out. I know it's happening. And then I look at the rest of the day and say, hey, what do I need to do? Oh, look, I have that meeting or that doctor appointment or that thing. Let me shift it. Can I do it at 9:30? No, I can't. Okay, so now I'm working out at 4 p.m. Okay, great. And I have to do my stuff early, so I'm a morning guy, but having that clear schedule gives you the ability to plan your day around it. So this is you becoming the master of your own destiny. All right, this is one of my favorite ones, find a workout partner. I love going to the same class times because you develop those relationships, but not just a workout partner, but an accountability partner is the better way to go. So weirdly, I guess because I own the gym, nobody's like, Andy, you come into the gym? Now, when I don't show up for a while, people, even my coaches are like, dude, what's up? Usually I tell them ahead of time, hey, I'm going out of town with Levi, so they know. But because, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, right? They may need me, but the team is great. They hold down the fort and everything works out great. But having workout partners, having people that you're going to high five, this is why I don't really like Globo gyms, because when you go to talk to somebody in there, they're like, leave me alone, right? Or I'm not available, I'm married or whatever. So people get weirded out. But at a CrossFit gym, the community is a big part of it. So find a workout partner, find, specific times. Here's the one that maybe I should be doing better of. I know pretty much everybody that's in the gym and everybody in the classes, except for the 5 a.m. guys. I'm sorry, it's too early. I will try. For a week, I will come to class one day or 1 week in the future. But I sometimes forget who doesn't know who. And so I need to do a better job of introducing you. Typically, I just start off with something silly. Like I'll say, hey, Tina and Timmy, you have a lot in common. You both like dynamite. And they're like, what? And then they can just go away and talk about how stupid I am. That's whatever. It's fine. It's just giving them something to talk about. If they really have something in common, I usually say it like, oh, you're both nurses at Northside. They're like, oh, how about that? I didn't know that. That's great. That's me knowing who you are and how you, it's just, old Dale Carnegie, how to win friends and influence people, right? Link them together by things they like. But ask the coach, hey, I don't know everybody in here. Could you help me out by introducing me to people? Here's what we need to know. The answer is yes, we can totally do that. What do you like? What do you like to talk about? Hey, I'm into politics. Hey, I'm into sniffing glue. I'm like, okay, great. Now that I know those things, I can say, Tina, here's Timmy, and you both like sniffing glue. And they're like, that's funny, but no, actually I do, right? So you need to give us something to tell them. Not everybody is going to know you like me. If I've done a podcast with you, I'm going to know a lot more about you than most people should, right? Well, not should, but could, whatever. So find a workout partner. The gym is great. The class times are great. I always start off with this with people is choose a convenient gym. Typically when they call in or they text in or whatever, I'm like, hey, where are you located? So we've been around for so long that people in Rome find us and say, hey, I'm interested in your gym. Like, where are you at? Rome, Georgia. I'm like, well, we're not really close. Well, you came up when I said CrossFit near me. I'm like, I know. So close is great. If we're not the closest gym, man, don't come to us. Go to something else. I don't care. I want you to be healthy and fit. Now, when I say close is great, you do have to caveat that with, hey, the style of the gym. Some gyms, like CrossFit gyms, are super competitive. Some are super laid back. Some are into, hey, we get smashed and tatted up, all whatever. And you just have to find one that meets your culture. Ours, we are happy, humble, helpful people who want to be healthy and fit now, as well as in our 90s. We see the glass as half full. We want to help you become the hero of your own story. Not everybody is all sunshine and rainbows like that. So find one that fits you. All right. I am a big believer in this one too, morning workouts. If you start your day with that, it's hard to mess it up because the days, you're like, oh, I can't do it. I can't schedule it. No, you don't schedule it. Own your dang schedule. Put it in there. Do it early. Oh, it's hard to wake up. Like, I've got a family member, Charlie, not naming any names, Charlie, that says, well, I don't want to work out early because I like waking up late. I'm like, dude, that's the thing. I can't. No. It's I don't. All you have to do is wake up. Now, I have to admit, buddy, you've been doing a good job. You've come to our Bring a Friend week, and that is awesome. I know that CrossFit is not your thing, and I'm super proud of you. So when you listen to this, you're going to be like, dang it, Andy, but then you're going to hear that part and say, oh, thanks, buddy. So that's my brother. He's awesome. Hopefully you guys get to meet him. I want to do a podcast with him about AI. He uses the craziness out of it, and everybody should be using it to some degree because it'll help improve your work capacity with your job. Anyway, so mornings are great. Now, I know it doesn't work for everybody, but mornings are great. Get it done beforehand. We already talked about this one before. Pack your bag. I do this. I know several people at the gym. Jennifer does it. Lots of people do this ahead of time. I pre-pack my bag and I put it in my car. Or for me, I pull out my clothes at night and put them right there on my bedstand. Or nice, I don't know, whatever, the dresser beside my bed. So when I wake up, I can avoid stepping on the dog and grab my junk, walk out of the room, shut the door quietly so I don't wake up my wife because sleep is the sixth love language. And I sneak out and then I put my clothes on in the dark. So now half my stuff goes on backwards, which I find amazing that I should be able to figure out which way is front and back better than 50-50, right? It's just so weird. Anyway, have your stuff packed ahead of time. Make it convenient. Pre-make your meal. Have your all your gear, whatever it is you need, your water, your coffee. Well, not coffee. You need that to be warm, right? Or set the coffee maker to go off at the right time. Or I guess that's assuming if you're going in the morning. But pack your bag. Pack all the things you need. And this is one reason why I don't have a gym bag. Like you see a lot of guys, they walk in and I got a bag full of things because you never know what's going to happen. I'd rather say my body's adapted to whatever it is and I can pretty much do anything based on just showing up. Now, it's not always true because I'd like to have longer socks when there's a rope climb. So I do get a little bit punched in the face with that one. But everything else, I'm like, whatever. If my hands are feeling junky, I'll stop instead of tearing and then I'll just move on, right? That's me. I just don't like to have a lot of gear. It's pretty much, do I have the right underwear? Let's go. I actually have extra clothes in my car tucked away because I have forgotten to bring stuff. And then I'm like, oh, I actually have an emergency pair of clothes for working out. I know it's kind of weird. Emergency workout clothes. Anyway, pack your bag. Variety in your workouts. This is probably the thing that has saved me the most in the idea of becoming consistent over 16 years. CrossFit is constantly varied workout movements done at a high intensity. So you're already getting varied. I am super bored when it's like, hey, would you like to go jog? What, again? Would you like to go jog? What, again? Right? Bueller. It's just, I don't know. It's boring. I just can't do it. Even running a 5K or distance, on the street. I mean, unless I'm dodging people or playing a game in my head with everybody else, passing in, what do they call them? The kills. You pass someone, you're like, well, I killed them, I'm out. Whatever. I just can't do it. Now, I can do a 24-hour, or I did a 72-hour race across the state of Florida from one ocean to the other, well, Gulf, I guess. And that was fine. We did a lot of biking, which was monotonous and hurt the downstairs area, but I was able to do it because it was varied. The environment was changing. So constantly varied functional movements. This is awesome for CrossFit. It's the longest I've ever been consistent. And I played high school sports. I've tried to play college sports. This is because of the varied nature. Another one is because someone else is telling me what to do. I love walking in and coach go, hey, you're doing this. I'm like, yeah, I own the place. They're like, I don't care. You're doing that. I'm like, perfect. Thank you. So that's awesome to me. All right. Next one is track your progress. We use Wodify to track that progress, not to say, hey, do you feel like you're getting fitter? You're like, well, I don't know. Let me put my fingers on my neck and test. You could literally see you're getting fitter. We did the exact same workout. You did better. You lifted the exact same bar. You lifted more, right? So track your progress. I love logging it. Wodify forces the logging. If you want to get even more fancy, log the movements in your own journal, or you can do it in Wodify, and tell yourself like, hey, pull-ups. You know what I found out about myself is I can do, and I don't know, I do 3, 4, 5, and that's my set, and I can't do, if I do more than that, I burn out, whatever. You can give yourself more information. Sorry, should have cut that one out. More information about how you move, and tracking that progress is great. So another one is reward yourself. So I am not a fan of rewards that people consider cheats. They're not cheats. They're destructive. So saying, hey, I did all this progress, so I'm going to take a week off and do nothing. That's not a reward. Or saying, hey, I did all this working out. I'm now going to have 6 pie a la modes. Whatever. That is not a treat. Something else would be a better treat, like I am going to, I don't know, get my hair done, do my nails. I don't know. I don't have That buy some new Lululemons. I called them leggings today, and the girls laughed at me. They're not called leggings anymore, Andy. I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't know. So buy something. Spend some time. Go do some extra thing. Whatever it is, come up with a way to reward yourself. For me, really, the reward is I really sleep better once I've done CrossFit because I'm tired. Next one is stay accountable. This is the gym. We are trying to help you with that. I mean, all of this is part of the consistency and accountability. So if you miss, I think it's like 2 or 3 days. I think it's 3 days. Danny sees it. It pops up and she's like, hey, what are you doing? Where are you at? Right? If you missed more than that, then you move from Danny to Jamie, and then you move to me also. So now you got like 3 of us hounding you. What is going on? Where are you at? Right? So we're helping you stay accountable. But I think a better way an additional way. So more is better. So have more people keeping you accountable. Is that partner? Hey, Timmy, when I don't show up, text me or something, right? Or let's every night say, I'll see you at the gym, right? You preset it up. You tell them, right? And then you show up, honor your commitments. I've told you I'm going to be there, right? I love that saying that, what is it? Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. So honor your commitments. The coach will do that. You can have friends in the gym, they'll do that. The other one is to be accountable online. Hey, I just have a buddy I text with, Cam and I. So my buddy from years ago, middle school, he's now doing CrossFit over in Athens area. And we talk about, hey, how are you doing? I went out of town. Great. Did you use the dumbbells at the gym? You know what I did? So we're keeping each other accountable, and it's fun, but it's also because, hey, his sticky why is I don't want my kids to have to put me in an old folks home and help me go to the bathroom. That is not going to happen. All right. Other ones, these are some fringe ones. I Googled some things. I'm like, hey, that's all I could really think of. So these are some cool ones. I'm like, oh, I should have thought of that. And I do some of these things. So one is visualization. So see yourself at night when you're going to bed, going to the gym and doing the workout. Look up the workout ahead of time and see yourself doing it. If you can visualize it, then it's... there's a thing about goals. If you just have them, I think it's like 50% likely you're going to hit them. If you write them down, you're like 80% likely going to hit them. If you write them down and read them every day, you're like 90% likely you're going to hit your goals. Even the ones that are like way out there and stretched, as long as you keep marinating them in your brain. So visualizing is part of that. Another thing you can do is a fitness challenge. We don't necessarily have challenges. We do have the committed club, come in 12 or more times, get your name on the wall. We do have a challenge of, hey, how fast can you get you 100 or 500 or 1,000 shirts? Or like Joe, get on the wall for 2,000 workouts. Right? You could also do challenges it could be an internal fun challenge with Timmy. Hey, let's see who can show up the most at the gym. If we tie, the pot goes higher. Every week we put in $5. Whoever wins that week, if I come in 5 times, you come in 4 times, I get the $5, right? And if we tie, the money just keeps growing. We just put it aside, put it in a jar, and we see it, right? Something like that. It didn't have to be that cool. Just anything that gives you that competitive side, if that you're that type of person, right? I don't really particularly care for challenges. I have internal motivation. I'm like, I want to do it because of my reasons, not because somebody said do it. But anyway, that's just why I didn't think of it, right? The other one, I do this one. I also use this one. In the gym, we're just going to play music, whatever. You could actually ask the coach, hey, could you play Latino music? Because I like that. I love that music. But anyway, you could ask them, can I play whatever music you want to? And they're like, sure, I could do that. So you might have a playlist or a podcast list or something that you want to play. Yeah, man, we'll change the music for you. I don't care. It's just it's mood stuff. It's not pushing you through the workout. You push yourself through the workout. But what I do is I know that in my drive time, I have about 15, 20 minutes to get to the gym. And so I listen to podcasts and I really enjoy that. So this is a great time for me to do a chore, drive, that I can't really do anything else because if I'm watching a video, I'm probably going to die. So I want to pay attention. But podcast, yes, I can do. So I love that. I give myself a treat of those things all the time. And I expand my repertoire of podcasts that I listen to, and I throw them away. If I don't like them, I give them a couple weeks. If they're no bueno, then they're out. All right. I love this one. It's not something that I would have ever come up with, but dress the part. So wear the clothes that you want at the gym. Go buy something cool. I love it that because of this part now, I see it. The coaches will buy like various things from Noble or whatever, and they're stylish. Well, I'm still wearing crap from 1980s. And I came in with a couple of new pairs of shorts and actually all the shirts I have say CrossFit Garage. It was probably just new CrossFit Garage shirts. But I remember Jamie going, hey, new shorts? I'm like, wow, is it that obvious? She's like, yeah, you wear the same shorts all the time. I'm like, right. It's just my, what is it, Adidas or whatever soccer shorts? I have like 8 of them and I just rotate through them. So she's like, yeah, good job like updating your system. I'm like, all right. So dress the part, buy the clothes that you want to have, or even an outfit you want to fit into soon. I love that one, right? Let me grab some coffee real quick. Okay. So, again, you could ask us for a playlist in the gym. That'd be music going at that moment. I think that's great. Another fun one, I think Jake and Ashley use this one, which is date night or date morning at the gym. This is something we do together. Okay, great. That is awesome. Have your spouse, have your significant other, whatever, your kids, go in there with you. I love this when Evan was super consistent at the gym. I would, sorry, hold on, cough. So I think today's workout gave me Fran lung. It was a whole bunch of thrusters. And man, I feel like I've got that crazy throat thing you get from Fran. And wow, I'm gonna have to get some more hot water in my coffee to help me out here. But anyway, use it as a date night. I love meeting Evan there at the gym at 4:00. He'd bring some of the other kids, and we'd all work out together. Evie will be at the gym soon once soccer and cross country are over, so I'm looking forward to that. Of course, it changes like when I work out, but again, on my hierarchy of needs, family comes before fitness. In the sense that I'm not going to neglect fitness. Like, I mean, Dad, hey, could you come on this mission trip with me? Yes, I'm going to do it because that ranks above and I'll get my fitness in somehow or other later. But this one, I can wrap them together. And I don't care really when I go to the gym, but if I can go with my kid, hey, why not, right? Are we kid friendly? Yes, but we encourage them to do summer strength because it gives us 2 months to really teach them. And then as you can see, like Oliver, if you're in the 6 a.m. class, he's doing great. He did our summer strength 2 years in a row. He didn't have to do that, but he's also older now. So anyway, okay. I like this one too. Post-workout treats. I don't treat myself with, my treat is I get a bottle of water and that's about it. So you could do better treats. Now I wouldn't do like super, when people say delicious, usually it means super sweet, but you could have, afterwards, I'm going to go across the street to Black Rifle Coffee and get my coffee, whatever, right? So you can come up with a post-workout treat. I know it's super weird, but I'm very low maintenance in these regards. My post-workout treat is I want to roll out. I want to be like, today I wanted to be super hot and sweaty. So I left my pants and my hoodie on and worked out the whole class through that. And of course, it was kind of funny in the middle of the workout, not in the middle, near the end. I was like, dang, why is it so hot? And I'm like, oh, I'm still having my hoodie actually over my head. So I'm like fully engaged with the heat. But the rolling out afterwards and the stretching was awesome. So that's my treat. This is another one that I don't do, but I should have thought of because Levi loves this, which is the progress photo. So he is totally into that, and I get it. See your progress. Now, sometimes the scale isn't a great indicator of progress because muscle weighs more, and we will gain muscle here, but your clothes will fit different, so your photos will look different as well. So take photos of yourself. You don't have to share them. And, have them for you. So, I already mentioned this for myself, but a special event I think is great. If something coming up, but the difference would be on this special event. It doesn't have to be fitness related. It could be, hey, a vacation. If I do, if I can when I get my 500 WOD shirt, I'm going on this vacation or whatever, right? So have something that you're looking forward to. There's a cruise coming up. I'm going to take myself on when I hit 1,000 or whatever, right? So I think those are great things you can do to motivate yourself with a distant goal that is also a reward. So you can rope some of these things together. The other one, and I should have written this one down, but I didn't, but is social time. I actually love going to the gym because it's social. I get to talk, I get to see people, and it's people that I know and love. Again, happy, humble, helpful people. If you are a jackass, you're not going to like the gym. If you are constantly sarcastic in a rude way, then you're not going to like the gym. Yeah, there are some dad jokes and there are some sarcasm, but it's more like fungasm. Nobody's like cutting people down. So find your people, find your group. You will have social time. I loved it this morning. Jordan and I were talking to Michelle and Vincent, and Jordan's already going, hey, come to board game night with us. I'm like, dude, yeah, that's awesome. Why didn't I think of that? So they may be joining us. Okay, so those are things you can do, 20 of them that'll help you become more consistent. Remember, it's not I can't. In your life, it is I don't. Say those words to yourself. I don't schedule time to work out. Damn it. Now I'm accountable to that. Change the words around. I do schedule time for myself to work out. And then go to your calendar and start acting like a person that does schedule their time. And you'll find by changing the words and then framing it positively, and this actually is going to come up in the habits that I wrote down, but you're going to have much more success. Okay, so habits. And most of these are ones that I actually use, and then some of them I stole because I was like, I need a couple more habits. And, I want a lot of things that would tickle a lot of ideas in your head. So, okay, first is block your time. I already talked about it on the calendar. You know what I mean. Block your time so that it's already set up. This is a weird one for most of you. Prioritize sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, you're not going to want to work out. So figure out when you need to go to sleep and prioritize it. There's a whole other podcast I did on sleep. Go check it out. This is a great one, meal prep. I sometimes, when I know my time is short, will make my morning smoothie ahead of time, put it in the refrigerator, and then I can just get up and grab it and go. Prep your meals. I think that's great. Hydration. I don't drink enough straight water, and now that I'm logging food, I am tracking that. But this is a great one to say, I feel better because I am hydrated. So if just by simply increasing your water intake, you are going to feel better and want to go out and work out. I already talked a little bit about this, but it's the visualization or the mindset, or being mindful of thinking ahead. So I use the calendar. I'm like, okay, tomorrow I've got these things, and I'm visualizing myself doing the things in the day. So visualize that stuff. Habit stacking is a great one. When I brush my teeth, I also floss. If I didn't brush my teeth, I probably would never floss, right? So flossing just doesn't happen. It needs to, and the keystone habit is I'm going to bed. So if I went for a raging all-nighter, I wouldn't brush my teeth or floss because I never went to bed, right? So I have to stack these habits up. Part of my habits are right before I jump into bed, I grab my clothes out and I put them on the side of the bed, right? That is part of my habit stack. I have other things that I do, but that's just an easy one that you could do. The positive self-talk. I am the type of person who works out 5 days a week. Oh, are you? What does that mean to you? Seriously, I know it seems weird. Look in the mirror and say that. I am the type of person who is healthy and fit. I am the type of person who works out 5 times a week. If you say that enough to yourself, you will believe it. Look in the mirror, say it in your eyes, write it down, read it every day. Have your mini goals. It could be at the gym, it could be after the gym, it could be weekly, it could be monthly. It doesn't really matter. But if you have little wins, man, that is the secret to many things. I should add that. What is it? People walk in and I'm like, and that's the secret to whatever. The secret to almost everything is mini goals. If you can set up little wins along the way, you are going to have that reward, the pleasure response in your brain. This is why the debt snowball works when the debt avalanche is mathematically better. Because there's emotions in it. All right. The post-workout routine, I already told you guys I like to roll. I like to then sit and talk. And then I'll usually go in the bathrooms and check things out and see if I need to fix anything. Something that I wouldn't have thought of, self-compassion. Give yourself a pass if you mess up. I hate streaks. Oh, 75 hard. I did 75 days of really hard stuff. And bleh, right? Man, streaks are stupid. If you mess that 75 hard up, you got to start all over. That's just dumb. It's unrealistic. Give yourself a pass. Hey, I didn't work out. I tell you what, change that frame. I didn't work out. You know what I did do? I put on my shoes. I walked down 6 mailboxes and I came back. I just did work out. Boom, right? Just change your workout. Today's workout, 6 mailboxes for time. And do it. And then you worked out. Yeah, I know you're reframing it. It doesn't matter. Your brain doesn't care. Your heart doesn't care. It's going to know I did those things. So give yourself a break. Have self-compassion, right? Accountability partner. We talked about this one. Find somebody at the gym. If you don't have anybody at the gym, ask me. I will find, when 2 people say, I need somebody to keep me accountable, I'm just going to link you 2 together. Habit trackers. They're really cool. I use Google to track Google Calendar to track my habits. You can actually download habit trackers. Love it. Especially if you're the type of person who loves lists, and then when you do something, you put it on the list so you can cross it off. Go look at the habit tracker. This thing is made for you. Healthy surroundings. I think something that we take for granted is in the gym, in our environment for CrossFit, it is a very healthy surrounding. We have great mindset. We have great physical fitness, great heart fitness. I mean, it's just a great environment. And when you walk away from that, what is your environment that you're walking into? Do you have issues at work? Do you have issues at home? Right? What is going on there? And is it healthy, right? Is it a positive mind space? If it's not, can you change it? And you may be thinking to yourself, no, I can't. Talk to me. I bet you can. Usually it takes someone to lead. There's other people feeling the same thing. You just have to be the one that stands up and turns into the storm and walks into it like a buffalo. You have to look that one up. Mindful eating. So be smart about what you're eating. This is just a great step. If you are if you say to yourself, I am the type of person who is healthy and fit. What does a healthy and fit person do? They're mindful about what they eat. Eating smart. Log what you eat. Be judicious on what's going on down that road. Self-reflection. This is something that people take great. I love this one. Go back and look. Some people, it is crazy at the gym, when we log everything, they're like, I don't know if this is working. I'm like, well, let's just pull up your last back squat. Well, look at that. You back squatted more. They're like, well, crap, I guess it's working. Well, let's pull up your last Helen time. Well, you are faster than your last one. We're like, well, I guess it's working, right? Or if you're like, for me, I have 10 years worth of data in Wodify, and I am older. So most of my workouts I am not beating. But man, to be like 17 seconds behind a 30-minute workout or something like that, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take that. Time management. Use the calendar. Work your time. It's not I can't. It's because you don't. Be adaptability. Hey, today, like, Evie has soccer. I can't be at the gym easily Tuesday and Thursday. It was killing me. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. The gym for me is just working out. It doesn't have to be the gym. I love that much better, but this is what I've got in this season of life. And so I am going to adapt. I go run on Tuesdays. I hate running. And I bike on Thursdays at her soccer fields. I don't really care for biking's sake, but it is my weakest skill when we're in these races. So I know I need to. All right. Positive peer pressure, not the negative stuff. Get your friends around you and surround yourself with people who are building you up. This is the glass is half full. This is the happy, helpful. I did it wrong. Happy, helpful, and something. Happy, humble, helpful. There you go. And I'm too old. Those people, us, are going to lift you up. Find people that are building you. The other one is self-care. This may be a little bit weird, but okay, so I don't know. This is just me and how I use a calendar. I cut my own hair. So if it looks stupid, it's because I did it. I have a lot of hair as an old guy. I should probably let it grow out and be like, look at my lusciously gray hair, because it's still there. But I like to keep it short because I hate taking care of my hair. I hate it because I have it, I guess. If I didn't have it, I'd probably miss taking care of it. I get it. I'm throwing away the blessing of having hair. But because I like to cut my own hair, I had to dial in when to cut it. So gray hair, when your hair turns gray, it turns different. So my hair used to be, if you see Levi, when I was a kid and I let my hair grow out, it'd be lusciously curly and like full and yummy. And people are always like, oh, you got such nice curly hair. Ladies would say, hey, you got nice curly hair. Not, hey, you're handsome, let's go out. It was just, your hair is nice. I'm like, I get it, my hair. So yeah, being a nerd, at least having one thing, you had hair, that's good. So I had a lot of comments growing up that I had, and that's because my parents were divorced. We forgot about haircuts, and I just grow long hair, not on purpose, just because we lived that life of the latchkey and, feed yourself, whatever, and no one really thought about haircuts. But when your hair starts turning gray, it turns different, and now it's more like porcupine, pokey, and Sasquatchy, right? It's just not good stuff. It's all Brillo patty and it's just rough. So I don't like to take care of it. I want to cut my own hair because I'm cheap, and that's not cheap. I just hate spending money on something that I could actually do myself, right? So after, I don't know, it's probably been like 15 years of cutting my own hair, I am okay with it. So if you look at my hair and you're like, Andy, your hair sucks, let me know, because then I'll go hire someone else to do it. So far, nobody says it. Maybe they're too embarrassed to tell me. I don't know. But at first, I was doing my hair every 30 days. I would just be like, I don't know, on the first I'll cut my hair. And then my kids are like, Dad, your hair looks stupid. You either need to let it grow out or you need to cut it more often. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to do more chores. Let me figure this one out. So I put it in the Google Calendar and I said, hey, repeat every 28 days, tell me to cut my hair. And so I would find, it's cut my hair day. So I'd look at it and be like, yeah, it's too long. So let me drop it down to 25. And so I am using the habit stacking and the time controlling and the Google Calendar and all that to have self-care, right? So I want myself to look good. I mean, no, I am not on the market. I am an old, cranky, creepy man who is set in his ways. And Verity will kill you, right? So nobody wants to be around me and it's just friendly, but I do want to have good physical appearance. I do want to wear clothing that makes sense. I do want to smell okay, right? So I know it's a weird one, but if you take care of yourself, that image starts going along and backing you up. And now, hey, I am a person that is healthy and fit. I am a person that takes care of myself. Oh yeah? What does that type of person do? Well, they cut their nails. They do their nails or whatever. I don't know what you call it for girls. You get pedicure, manicures, whatever, right? I cut my hair at a right routine. So I drilled it in. If you're curious, it's every 21 days. I need to cut my hair. With 1 day of buffer. It's really 22, but I always mess up. So, Anyway, taking care of yourself, I think it goes along with those rewards, but it's something that you do for you. And I think like there was a book my wife used to follow that I thought was pretty interesting. It was called The Fly Lady. And she's like, hey, wake up, do your makeup, get your stuff on like you're going to work, even if you're not. I mean, that's pretty cool. And it just sets the tone. So set the tone for your awesomeness. Take care of yourself. Okay, guys, here's the other funny one that I pulled up that, not funny, it's kind of, I don't know, it's demoralizing, depressing. I said, tell me how much the average person was spending on medicine last year. And it's like, I can't do that, but I have numbers from 2021. I'm like, oh, okay, well, give me, or 2019. So I said, all right, give me those numbers. They said basically there was $370 billion spent on prescription medication, and there's 331 million Americans, or maybe I said adults, I don't know, that's a number. And so if you divide that out, it's saying that the average person spent $1,117.16 on medication in the year. Weirdly, a CrossFit membership is going to be about somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 for the year. So I am I'm going to speak from my own personal experience. So I am not a doctor. I did not sleep at a Holiday Inn Express. My views only represent me. I don't know all that legal jargon. I am a 50-year-old man who does not take any drugs whatsoever. I also don't take any supplements whatsoever, which I should probably change. I sometimes take some fish oil or whatever my wife puts on the table, which I guess it could be antifreeze. Watch out, guys. So I don't take anything. I'm about to go see a doctor tomorrow because I'm 50 and you're supposed to get the silver bullet and PSA test and all those things. So I'm like, yeah, and cancer does run in my family. So I'm like, yeah, I can't eyeball that one. Let me go check it out. Also, I want to start soon. I'm going to try, because I do have a pool. I'm going to hop in the pool during winter and try the cold plunge and see if my testosterone numbers go up. So I'm going to get that measured. I'll have a number and I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. They say your testosterone numbers go up. I know as an older guy, they're probably dwindling. And I have a low number just in general. But anyway, sorry, I'm tangenting. My point is this. You could be the average person in America and spend $1,200 on medicine. Or you could be the unaverage person who doesn't go to the doctor, who doesn't have medication, who doesn't do any of that stuff, but spends that money on their health and fitness and then goes and climbs Stone Mountain because they can. That goes like Josh and does a marathon in Chattanooga because he can. That goes on a trip with their son, spending 4 days running through these theme parks without a care in the world because he can. Guys, it's not I can't, it's I don't. I don't prioritize my own health and fitness in my life. Say that to yourself. I don't. And you realize you're the one with the control. And then change it around. Give yourself a positive story. The story is, I am the type of person to take care of my health and fitness. I am the type of person that is healthy and fit now, as well as in my 90s. I am the type of person who's going to be able to coach my kids in soccer. Because dang it, I'm going to do it. And it starts now, and it starts with you taking ownership and finding one of those 20 things to motivate you to go to the gym more than 3 times a week, more than 0 times a week. Do something. It doesn't have to be the gym, right? I'm running at my kid's soccer field, whatever. It just so happens that that CrossFit fits a lot of the mentality, the ethos of all that, fits a lot of the things, right? If I want the minimum viable dose, CrossFit is it. Show up. Do what they said. Eat the way they say. There is no way to do what we do for a year, coming in 5 days a week and not be fitter than you were a year ago. I tell you what, I will throw it out there. Anybody out there listening to this podcast, I will give you the challenge. You come to the gym 5 days a week for an entire year and show me that you are less fit. I will refund you double your money. Yeah, because it's not going to happen. It's not only improbable, it's impossible. You cannot show up at the gym, do what the coach says, and be less fit. I will double your money. Now here's the catch. You must actually show up to the gym 5 days a week and actually do what the coach says. So if the coach says, hey, I need you to go harder, you literally need to do what the coach says and go harder. The coach is going to coach you through all this. You will be a better person for it. You may not be a better human, but you will be a better person. You'll be, that's an old Shane thing. Shane loved to say, Andy, you're really bad at being human. That is true. I am wired differently. So if you're out there and you hear this and you're like, hey, I'll take that challenge, you just email me, andy@crossfitgarage.com. I am going to track you. I am going to hound you. You're going to come to the gym 5 days a week for an entire year. What about Christmas? Yes, you do not get a vacation. you are going to come 5 days a week. I don't care which days you come. It's 5 different days. It's not a double day. It's 5 different days. You have 7 days of the week to choose. You're coming 5 of those. Yes, you're skipping Christmas. You're coming in, or whatever, right? I guess Christmas is only one day, but you're coming to the gym every single day and I will double your money back if we can look at the stats. How about this too? You must log your results every day. I'm going to put a big asterisk here. I haven't thought this thing really through. I just made it up right now. So I may come up with some other more things that makes it legit. Like, hey, you got to coach. You have to show up. You have to log into the gym. It has to be at our gym, and you must log your results, and you must do what the coach says. And then, yes, something like that. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. If you can show me my 5K time went down, my deadlift actually dropped, I'm actually weaker and worse off, then I will refund you double your money. I have said it, and I'm a man of my word. Do you need a contract? No. Give me a handshake. If there's anything about me and my business, it is this. If you can't do business with a handshake and your word, then just go away. Why are you even in business? Your word has to mean something. This is also why I don't do contracts. If you move away, that's super dumb of me to be like, oh, you went to Canada. You still owe me all this money. Dude, come on. If your gym has to survive on people's contracts that move away, that's just, that's just dumb. I can't say that word anymore. Sorry. In the 80s, it was a different word. That's just stupid. You just need to, I don't know. That's just dumb. Anyway, my word is valid. I keep my word. That is a person I am. That is a trait and a value that I stick to. Come to the gym 5 days a week, 1 year. Do what the coach says. Log your results every day. I double guarantee your money that you're going to be fitter for it. All right, guys, I love you. Hopefully this kicks some of you guys in the butt a little bit. I don't want to hurt you. I want to help you. Sometimes you need tough love. Sometimes you just need to know how. This is both of those. If you see me and you like the message, give me a high five. Tell me 42. 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Listen to the other podcast to understand why. Guys, take care. I hope to help you be the hero of your own story and build a firm foundation in fitness, food, and finances. Take care.